Today, I went to church and I preached my sermon and finished a retreat that I was just on. And I think today I really had a moment where I got to just stop and pause and think about how God has grown just the ministry that I've been working and serving in. And especially because what had happened today was I was I did our usual youth sermon. We had children come up to the youth group. So it was like a kind of a welcome day for the children. And everything was pretty normal into our small groups. But it was after our small groups, actually for me, it was during my small group where I began to see how my youth have grown. And I think God really helped me see that today as like a encouragement, as a reminder that I am doing what I should be doing. I'm doing well. And essentially what happened is we have one youth student who had a lot of questions about God, who wasn't sure yet about God, and just all these questions. And naturally, I invite those questions and I want to answer them because I want my youth to know that it's safe to ask questions, and you should ask questions about your faith. You should know why you believe what you believe in. So he's asking these questions and I'm answering, but then in the middle of me answering, my youth students around me, who I've been teaching for 5-6 years, they raise their hand and they're like, "Hey Pastor, can I take a stab at it?" And I'm just like, "Go for it." And the next thing I knew, they were just going full apologetic, explaining just these truths of the gospel, truths of the Bible against the questions that come up. And not only are they pulling out these truths from the Bible, they're doing it with a compassion, with love towards the other youth. And it was just so beautiful to watch, because there's a lot of people who can tell you the truth, but to do it with a genuine compassion and care and love for you is a different thing. So one of my youth students was saying look, when I was in high school, I had the same questions. These are the things that were on my mind over and over again. And so he came at an angle where it's I hear you, and I want you to know that I found something. I found the truth about something. And I think in that moment, just felt like this pride in my youth students. Not the bad type of pride, but just the pride of wow, they really have a faith of their own now, and I don't need to they don't need to rely on me. And that's been my whole goal as a youth pastor, is that they don't need to rely on me. They can walk this faith, they can trust in God, they can build their own testimony, build their own experiences. And that's just something that even as I sit here now, I'm thinking about it and I'm processing it. I realize that sometimes we don't see the growth in our lives, we don't see the fruit. And especially when you do something and you see people for so long. I've been in this ministry for 6 years, almost 7 years. We just did our 8th year anniversary today for the church. And when you're in there for so long and you're there every single week, sometimes you don't see the changes. You don't see drastic measures of faith growing. And so oftentimes you might get discouraged about, am I really doing the right thing? You don't have to be a pastor. You could be a servant. You could be a teacher. It doesn't even have to do with the church. You could just be in your own life, maybe your own fitness goals, your own mental health goals. But it's when those moments come and God gives you a little glimpse of, look where the people you've been ministering to, where they're at. And all of a sudden you're just wow, there's that fruit that grows slowly. I remember an illustration that I was taught where if you plant a seed and you're just watching it every second of the day, it won't look like anything's happening. But when you give it space, give it time, give it days, give it weeks, give it months, there will be evidence and there will be real and true growth. And even the Bible tells us that the true prophet will be known by their fruits, And I believe that one of the fruits is the people that you minister to along the way of your life, the people that they are watching you and they are learning from your example. So I just want to encourage whoever's watching this. I don't know if you're in ministry. I don't know. Maybe you're just feeling discouraged. But the best path of life to be on and the best road to take is the road where God is. It might not be the most fabulous or the most glamorous or the most comfortable, but it will be the best place to be. And just know that God's timing is perfect and that you're not behind, you're not too late, even though you might feel like it, even though statistics say it, even if you compare yourself to the people your age, it might tell you you're behind in life. But when you're following God, you are right on time. And I feel like that's just an encouragement that the Lord was telling me today, and I want to share with you guys. So I think that's really all that I had today. Just wanted to, get that out there. So thanks for watching. God bless you.
And